Hello students. So today let's continue with the third chapter of civics that is how the state government works. In the last class we saw that two girls were discussing in school about the news headlines they saw related to water shortage. Then, while going home, they saw protest or a rally where people were standing in front of MLA's house and they wanted the answers for the problem. They wanted MLA to take responsibility for the problems that were caused in the city due to shortage of water. So now here the question arises, who is MLA? MLA is member of Legislative Assembly. They are elected by the people. Then they become the members of the Legislative Assembly and also form the government. So in detail we have to study about that through an example. Every state in India has a legislative assembly. Each state is divided into different areas or constituencies. For example, look at the map below. It shows that the state of Himachal Pradesh is divided into 68 assembly constituencies. From each constituency, the people elect one representative who then become a member of the legislative assembly. You would have noticed that people stand for elections in the name of different parties. These MLAs therefore belong to different political parties. So if we look at these map, we can say that we all know each and every state has a legislative assembly. Even Gujarat has, and each state is further divided into different areas or constituencies. They are divided so that it is easy for us for them to administer and also easy for them to conduct elections. So they divided into different areas, and these different areas are called as constituencies. For example, they have said that if we look at these map below, they have not bifurcated in detail, but when you look at these map, they are divided into different constituencies. For example, Himachal Pradesh is divided into 68 assembly constituencies. This is your example. This is your homework. You have to write down about each and every state and their constituencies. Gujarat has how many constituency, Rajasthan has how many constituency, and from that you have to also show me which state has the largest number of constituencies. Now after dividing it into different constituencies, people elect one representative from each constituency, and these representative becomes the member of legislative assembly, that is MLA. Now you can also see that there are different political parties in each and every constituency. So there are different MLAs that belong to different political parties. So discuss the following terms with your teacher. Teacher public meeting. Now teacher public meeting, states in India, how many states in India are there? Constituency, majority. Now majority is something that whenever their election is conducted, so the party which gets majority of the vote is a majority party. Then if it's majority, it becomes the ruling party of that particular state, and the party which gets the second highest votes is the opposition party. Okay, so now moving further, how do people who are MLAs become ministers or chief ministers? Now we appoint MLAs after you turn 18. You will be able to vote, and then you will be able to appoint an MLA. But how these MLAs become ministers and chief minister? So there is this entire system. A political party whose MLAs have won more than half the number of constituencies in a state can be said to be in a majority. What happens, a political party, जो political party के MLAs है जिनको मतलब टोटल MLAs 50% या उससे ज़्यादा कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज में जीते हुए हो, that political party becomes a majority party, and the party that has the majority in the ruling party that is the ruling party that forms the government, and all the members who do not win or who are MLAs but they are not able to form the ruling party or they are not able to form the government, they become the opposition. For example, the Legislative Assembly of the state of Himachal Pradesh has 68 MLA constituencies. See here they have given Himachal Pradesh constituencies. So if we then the candidates from the various political parties won the 2017 assembly elections and became MLAs. Now the candidate, there were elections in 2017 and they become MLAs who won. Now since the total number of MLAs in the legislative assembly is 68, there should be 60. There are 68 constituencies. So the political party would have needed to have more than 34 MLAs in order to gain a majority. They should have at least 34 number of MLAs won so that they can gain a majority. In 2017, the Bharatiya Janata Party, that is BJP, won it with 54 MLAs and it became the ruling party. All the other MLAs then became the opposition. Except this 44, all other MLAs became the opposition. And in this case, Indian National Congress was the major opposition party since it had the larger number of MLAs after BJP. Among the opposition are other parties, including those who had been elected as independent candidates. Now there are independent candidates who do not join any political party, but they decide to fight the elections, or they decide to stand in the elections. Those are individual candidates. So here they have given the example, the results of they have given the results of assembly elections in Himachal Pradesh in 2017. Political party, name of the political parties and number of MLAs elected. Bharatiya Janata Party had won the maximum seats, that is 44, it became the ruling party. Then came Indian National Congress, that is INC, it secured 21 seats. Then there were Communist Party of India that follows the Marxist policy, they secured 1 MLA, and there were independents who don't belong to any party, they secured 2. So overall that is how they gained 68 seats. Okay, so this is your homework and I want you to send me on WhatsApp that you have to construct a table similar to one given for Himachal Pradesh for your state. So you have to form it for Gujarat the same way they have formed it for Himachal Pradesh. Now we know the head of the country is president. In the same way, the head of the state is governor. A governor is appointed by the central government to ensure that the state government works within the rules and regulations of the constitution. These governors are appointed by the central government. Why does central government appoint them? So that they can ensure that the government works according to the rules and regulations of the constitution. Okay, so moving further, how is the chief ministers or minister elected? After the elections, the MLAs belonging to the ruling party will elect their leader, who will become the chief minister. In this case, the BJP MLAs chose Shri Jairam Thakur as their leader and he became chief minister. Now the chief minister then selects the other people as ministers, and after the election, it is the governor of the state who appoints the chief minister and the other ministers. So what happens when the election is done and the results are declared? The MLAs who belong to the majority party or the ruling party, they will elect one leader and that leader will become the chief minister. For example, in case of Himachal Pradesh, in 2017, the BJP MLAs chose Shri Jairam Thakur as their leader and then he became chief minister. And then this chief minister appoints other ministers, and after the election, it is the governor of the state who appoints the chief minister and other ministers. What chief minister suggests the governor that these could be the ministers who can handle the particular portfolios. and then the governor appoints the chief minister, asks him to take the oath as the chief minister of the state, and then they also appoint other ministers. There are chances that at times the ruling party may not be a single party, but a group of parties working together. This is called a coalition. So there are chances that not each and every time in elections there could be a clear majority party there who has secured 50% or more MLAs. In that case, what do political parties do? They collate, or they combine, or they work together with another parties, and they form a coalition government. Coalition is where two or more than two parties political parties come together to form government. The chief minister and other ministers have the responsibility of running various government departments or ministries. They have separate offices. A legislative assembly is a place where all the MLAs, whether from the ruling party or from the opposition, meet to discuss various things. Hence, some MLAs have dual responsibilities. One is an MLA and the other is a minister. So the chief minister and all the other ministers, they are responsible of running the government, various departments of the government, and various ministries. Ministries like health ministry, human resource ministry, finance ministry, security ministry, defense ministry. So they are responsible for all these ministries, and they all have their separate offices. But they all meet at the legislative assembly. Not only ruling party ministers but also the opposition party, they all meet and discuss on various things. They ask questions to each other, and hence we can say that some MLAs have dual responsibility. One is the MLA and another is a minister. So here they have given in detail about the discussion debate in the legislative assembly. But before going into the debate, I would like to discuss with you again how is a chief minister appointed. First, there are elections. In elections, MLAs are appointed from the constituencies. Now, the political party which gets 50% or more forms the ruling party, and then this ruling party appoints a leader. This leader becomes a chief minister. Chief minister appoints various other, decides or suggests the governor about the various other ministers, and governor asks them to take oath as a chief minister and other ministers. And the chief minister and other ministers together are responsible for running the government departments, and as well as conducting all the necessary activities in the state. There are chances that they might form a coalition government. Coalition government is where one party may not get a majority, so they combine with two or more parties, and then they two all together form government. That is coalition government. I hope you do your homework, and we will discuss about the debate in the next class in detail. Thank you.